It's Michael Brown.
You can try to find Michael Brown.
Brownie, you're doing a heck of a job.
This is the Michael Brown Show.
Hold on tight to your dream. Yeah. Hold on tight to your dream.
Hey, happy Friday. How was Jimmy Buffett?
Well, it was Jimmy Buffett. Do you know how many people came up to me? It's like, you've already seen him. Why are you... Sorry, Angie just said something in my ear.
All right. See, I don't like this. I don't
What?
like the girl talk
Why?
that you and the two of you carry on when I can't hear it.
Yeah.
Because one, I'm either paranoid that you're talking about me,
Well,
saying
we
something
are.
about me.
You did
and
that when you came into the studio.
Because the minute I came in the studio, now what? Oh, she's in here to adjust your camera.
Yeah, she said all she could see was my chest. Hey, those Facebook hits might go up.
That's right. So, Lori Lynn, bend over a little. It's gonna lean into that camera.
Lean in.
Lean in,
Lean
sweetheart.
in.
Lean in. Lean in. Why? Seriously? So people are upset that you went to see him twice? I've seen
I've
Van
seen
Morrison
him
twice.
20 some odd times.
20 some odd times.
Yeah. But they're like, I don't understand why you're so excited. Why are you going? Well, and it's funny because now everybody.
None of your freaking business.
And then as the concert got closer, a lot of people decided they wanted to go, and I'm like, well, no.
So then the same people that are like, why do you want to go again? Now come up to you, hey, can I go?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you find that people outside radio assume that because you work in radio that you have tickets to anything and everything?
Yes, definitely. I bought these tickets, by the way, just to let people know I bought my tickets, and I got really good seats.
Do you know I never get anything here?
I know. Me too.
I don't get anything.
Oh, poor baby. We don't get food.
You know what I do get?
What?
That it's too damn hot.
Oh, heartburn?
No, I don't get hot. I get butt burn. I get foot burn. It's hot in my car.
Wear shorts.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, a kilt. There you go. We'll get Michael Brown in a kilt.
Kilt.
Yes, and Angie and I went to Comic-Con together, and we had there was a
By
guy.
the way, before you finish that story, can I just mention to everybody listening that this is the Let's Eat segment of the Michael Brown
I
Show?
can tie it into Comic-Con. I can try eat. But anyway, they had this booth there that was selling utility-kilts, and they were like cargo shorts that were kilts. So it had all kinds of pockets and belts.
Were the pockets on the inside or the outside?
They were on the outside. On the outside. And if you
It
were
has a
you're
utility if it's on the inside, it's on the outside.
if it's you're
You
a true Scots.
you and I truly are like brother and sisters. We're just
I'm
awful.
ignoring you now.
We are awful.
I'm just ignoring you. If you're a true Scots and don't wear anything underneath, it has two snaps at the bottom in the middle that you can actually snap together in case you want to bend over and not show the world your gender, I guess.
Oh, I didn't know that's how we told gender anymore.
I don't know.
I'm so confused.
I don't know. So anyway, what were you saying? Who are
Well,
you? How'd you get in here?
I said it's too damn hot.
Right.
And I wanted to talk about, excuse me for even suggesting this, but because it is so damn hot.
How hot is it?
It's too damn hot. I told you that already. Let's see, on Wednesday on my car, I heard that it was 100 degrees, but that didn't break a record. But in my car, it showed that it was 102 degrees. Mm-hmm. I forget what it was yesterday, and it's just hotter than hell now. But the last several days, I've gone to Sonic, and I've been drinking unsweetened tea as opposed to the Diet Cokes.
There you go.
All right, but the problem is, this is a 44-ounce drink. Mm-hmm. I'm sucking down.
Oh, I'm on my
half of
second
it
one today.
before I get to the studio.
Yeah, I'm
so
on my
damn
second
hot.
one today. But with the research
The rent's
I've
too
done,
damn high, and the temperature's too damn hot.
damn it, traffic sucks. I was reading online that tea counts as your water. So, you're supposed to drink 8 glasses of water a day. So if you're drinking tea, you're getting your water intake.
Well, my doctor told me that Diet Coke counts the same too.
I don't think your doctor's right.
And where did you get your medical degree?
Where did he
Dr.
get his?
Lori?
Did he get on the internet and was like, I'm going to show them Diet Coke counts as water? There you go.
Because on the internet, you can find the answer you want
Exactly.
for any question you have.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. Except for how to temper chocolate after it's streaked. They give you all kinds of different questions. answers.
Well,
I mean,
I don't want my chocolate to have a temper to begin with.
you don't like ill-tempered chocolate.
Okay, can we just stay on topic here? I know. You're going on vacation next week, right?
No,
Oh, you're not.
no, because I'm popular.
So are you and I doing Let's Eat
Yes.
next on
Sure.
the July 6th?
Sure. What
Okay.
should we eat?
I don't know.
We could
Let's bring in leftover
well,
hot dogs.
Well, that's what I was just going to say, because like I brought this thing in about how long can you leave food out in the sun,
Well,
and
like-
it says an average of 2 hours, but
Why would you leave out in the sun for 2 hours and then eat?
kimchi. No, you bury that, right?
Yeah.
Balut? No,
Mm.
I don't know.
Okay, so I brought up a topic, and you, for some reason, are desperately trying to ignore the topic.
What topic are you trying
It's
to
too damn
bring up?
hot.
How
So
hot
what-
is it?
So, God, I hate you. So, what's the most thirst-quenching drink for you when it's hot?
Ice water, like as much ice in there as cold as it can get.
Like Sonic Ice?
Yeah, or any,
Sonic Ice
yeah.
is like the perfect ice.
Yeah, it has to be ice.
Yeah.
And
I
that's
think
about the only thing
mine's
that really
unsweet
quenches
tea.
it.
Or a diet cherry limeade.
No, not so much for me.
Okay. Vodka over ice.
No, I don't. I can't
Tequila
drink
over
vodka.
ice. Oh, you can't?
No, I get really sick.
Oh. What
The
do you
next
drink?
morning,
Oh,
I should
what
say.
do you drink that makes you silly when you drink it?
Beer,
Oh, Angie, do you have any beer in there?
beer, tequila.
'Cause I'd like for it to be funny for once.
Oh, boo!
Okay, well that was
I could
just
say
like a.
I could
that
say
was a
that I was
total-
hungover.
That was a total letdown. I thought you'd have some exotic, like a Mai Tai or, I don't know, a little foo-foo drink with an umbrella. No, ice water. Seriously?
Ice water. I don't find beer quenching. I love beer, but I don't find it quenching.
I actually don't find alcohol quenching.
I don't either, because it like makes you silly. And if you drink too much of it in this heat, you throw up.
Have you ever gotten so drunk you threw up?
Oh yeah.
See, I haven't.
Oh yeah. Not blackout, but throw up. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It's been on tequila, so I don't drink tequila a lot.
Oh. You're not supposed to just chug tequila.
Like you?
I don't chug my tequila.
You sip your
I
tequila.
sip my tequila.
Oh, no, I wasn't
By the
chugging
gallons.
it. By the gallon with a straw.
I sip it with a straw.
The other day I came into work and a wine
God, I
representative
hate you
was
tonight.
in.
I don't know why.
You hate July?
No, I hate you tonight. I don't know why.
Because you're jealous because I went and saw Buffett.
I don't care.
We were talking about drinking, and this wine lady, a wine representative, had little bottles of wine here, and she had straws, and everybody was walking around the studio drinking wine with straws.
Where was I?
It was Saturday.
Oh,
I could have called you.
you could have.
I could have. You wouldn't have answered.
I wouldn't have been here.
Yeah, because I knew where you were at,
Where was I at?
the undisclosed location
I was.
with your dog.
I'm
I
headed
want to
back-
hear your story about your dog,
What story?
about how you are one of those people now.
Oh, I really do hate you today.
Oh, well, you can get me back. I actually put it on the rundown. But you haven't ran the rundown, so.
I do too. I got the hot dog. Cookie steals was a simple figure. And yes, I called my. It's not on here.
And yes, I called my mom.
And yes, you called your mother. What'd you call your mother?
Her name's Sharon, but I call her mom.
I call my mom too.
Yeah.
Sometimes mother.
Yeah, I like mother. It's more formal.
Yeah. Sometimes when I'm kind of irritated, I call her.
You use her whole name?
No, I just say mother.
Does your mother still use your whole name when she's mad at you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she's never mad at me because I'm the perfect child.
You are the perfect child. I
I
can
am.
see that. I can
I
see
took
that.
Greta because when we've had big dogs before, we've always had multiple big dogs. Like we had 3 St. Bernards at one time.
Right.
But normally we've had like 2 St. Bernards. Well, now that we have Greta the Leonberger, we only have hers, the big dog, and the other dogs are feeble old dachshunds that she's going to
Weenie
kill
dogs.
eventually.
Exactly.
So I took her to be interviewed at a doggy daycare so that I could take her maybe once or twice a week just to play with other dogs.
People mock me about
And
Jimmy.
I walked in and I looked around and I thought to myself, am I those people?
The answer is yes.
Yes, I am.
Yes, you are. Lots of this last night. Lots of it.
How old is he now?
73? 72?
You the one that sent me the story that the Kinks are getting back?
No, somebody called me and said that too, and I was like, am I excited about that? Why?
You emailed me
It wasn't
and
me.
said, look at this, the Kinks are getting back, as if I was supposed to care.
Well, yeah. You like the Kinks?
Yes.
I don't particularly care for them.
Yeah, I think they're fine.
Yeah.
But okay, so they're getting back.
What's your favorite thing at a barbecue?
Baby back ribs. I was going to say short ribs, but
And is it a
baby back.
barbecue if you don't barbecue but you bring sandwiches? Is it still a barbecue or has it just become a picnic?
It depends what the sandwiches are. If the sandwiches, God, I do. Just Angie, can we get like a
And is
guest,
a
or
hot
can
dog
we-
a sandwich?
Well, maybe can you just come in? Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Yeah. I asked
Yes.
you first.
No, a hot dog is not a sandwich.
Well, then what is it?
It's a wiener and a bun.
But it's meat and bread. It's a sandwich.
But the form, it's form over function. It's form and function. And the function is the same to hold the meat, but the form is different. So therefore, a hot dog bun and a sandwich are two entirely different forms
Oh,
of
don't
the
tell
same
me you've
function.
never been in the situation in your life where you haven't had a lot of money and you've had to use your hot dog buns for a sandwich. You put peanut butter in there or whatever.
No, but I have been in
The
a
other way
situation
where you
the
put
other way.
Those are awesome, though. Or making hamburgers with
And it's-
sandwich bread.
Oh yeah. Well, that's like that. What is that? That's a
Patty melt.
Patty melt. It's a patty melt.
I made those the other night.
Tamara always go. We go into a Jewish deli. Two people walk into a
I
Jewish
was going
deli.
to say, sounds like a setup to me.
Two white Christians walk into a Jewish deli, and she orders a patty melt, but says hold the onions.
Good for
Now,
her.
is that still a patty melt?
Sure, why not? It's a sandwich.
Is this on? Hello.
Hello, is this
is
thing
there
on?
anybody that ever?
Is this thing
Is
on?
this? We should save. We should have just saved this and do this on July 6th when nobody's listening.
That's true. That's
Although
true.
I
But
think
we may
anybody's
have ice
listening
cream
tonight.
next week. We haven't decided yet. We should have
See,
had ice cream
should
today.
we just tell everybody right now that I have zero control over this segment? That this segment
We
is
should have
totally
ice cream.
controlled by you and Angie. I
Yeah,
get
we
text
should
messages
have-
from Angie that just
so-
say, "Oh, by the way, here's the guest for the day."
We're having
that
fish.
Lori Lynn and I have decided. Did you know I got feedback from listeners?
Oh, they didn't like the guy last week?
They loved it. They tracked him down in
Oh, look. I accidentally
Nevada,
picked up somebody
Westminster,
else's.
or somewhere, and absolutely
on the
loved
hook?
it. On the hook.
On the hook? Oh, yeah. I thought you meant the other fish
Oh
guy.
no, the Niceland guy.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about what was the name? The kid I wanted
Hunter.
to Hunter.
Yeah.
And Hunter and Ocean
Uh-huh.
was his partner, right?
Oh, yeah,
Ocean-
that's right. You're correct.
Hunter and Ocean. So yeah, a couple of people went to, and then some good the friends of ours that we always go to dinner with almost every Saturday, or
Uh-huh.
sometimes they sneak down the undisclosed location with us.
Mm-hmm.
They have eaten there before,
Uh-huh.
and they were like, "Well, why didn't you just ask us? And I go, why didn't you just tell me? Why don't you ever invite
I'm
me
sorry.
up there in Longmont to?"
I'm sorry, I forgot my mind reading in my other pants.
Is that where you keep yours?
I do.
So what do you drink when it's hot? Just ice water?
Water.
That's it? Just
I like
ice water?
and tea. What's wrong?
I don't know. Ice water just, I don't know. There's something about, so ice water in a paper cup might as well put me in a hospital. That's what you get at a hospital. Oh, you're so sick you
But
can't
when's
have
the last
anything.
time you could
But you
get
can
a
have
glass of
water. Oh, you can have, you want an ice cube to put in your mouth? Oh, thanks. That'll satiate my stomach. Big old ice cube.
But when's the last time you got an actual cup of water? Everything's in a bottle.
It was in this
And a lot
studio.
of
I
people
can't
are-
tell you when, but it was in this studio. I was running late. I couldn't get to Sonic. I forgot to put like some sparkling ices in my bag.
Some
And
what?
so
Oh, sparkling ices. I
Yeah.
thought you said sparking mices. I'm like,
sparkling
mices.
sparkling ices, sparking mice is the same thing.
Sparking
and so I
mices.
went over. I got a coffee cup, and I went over to the water fountain that we have. Not the fountain because I went over to the bottled water thing and got some cold water.
Yeah.
It was nasty.
Did you die? Well, that's because it's filtered and it's purified. It's got all those
And there's
nasty
no ice to
minerals.
put in it.
There's no ice in it because we can't fix the ice machine here. And there's an ice machine downstairs, by the way.
That ice machine hasn't worked for 10 years.
I know. They keep saying they're going to get it fixed. Anyway,
Who's they?
they.
Oh, they.
You know, they. Them, they. Them, they.
So when we think about them, they, I think about Foster, our mutual,
My boss.
your boss and my used to be boss, still quasi boss, I guess, in a perverted sort of way. He and I have a mutual friend who is like the West Coast operations VP of Premier Networks. And we keep getting emails from her now about things because you think I'm a diehard conservative? She's a wackadoodle conservative, and I love her to death because she's a wackadoodle conservative. And the last couple of days Foster and I have been getting emails from her. And so I think what he and I are doing is waiting to see who's going to respond first. So the next person can just say, yeah, I agree.
Oh, okay.
I agree.
Is this work related? Are you doing it on company time?
We're doing it on company time, and it's totally non-work related.
Oh, good.
Except it's coming from the VP of operations for Premier Networks, so I figured, who's going to argue with that, right?
That's true. I'm looking for something.
I can tell that.
Talk amongst yourself.
I'm trying to kibitz over here while you figure out what the hell we're talking about.
It's one of those
clearly
days.
I have no clue.
Have you ever had one of those days you drive to work, you're like, oh, shiny object, and all of a sudden you're at work, you're like, oh, wow, I've driven a half hour and have no idea how I got to work.
No, but it took me, let's see, 2:30, 3:30, 4:30. It took me 2.5 hours to get to work on Tuesday.
Oh, my gosh.
I got rear-ended.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm so mad.
Was it before or after the hailstorm? Were you here for the hailstorm?
No, I was not.
Oh,
I was
okay.
not. I missed it. Was this Monday? Angie? Oh, you were gone, so it was Monday. Yeah, it was Monday I had the wreck. So Drew was filling in. Yeah. I can't tell you who it is yet because I want to make sure I get paid because their driver's being cited for.
Oh, it was a company thing. Company car.
Yeah.
Oh.
But I can't wait to tell you the company because it's so ironic that
it was another insurance company.
At least everyone that I've told it to, they're like, "Are you serious?"
That's
I'm like,
funny.
"I'm dead serious."
That's funny. You want to hear my road rage story? It has
Yes.
nothing to do with food.
Yes.
Driving to
Since we
work.
totally broke up.
Well, I thought, see, have we lost our cooking skills? But we'll talk about that later. Driving to work
Obviously.
last week. I'm in the middle lane. It plays into the story. I'm on 225 southbound, middle lane. So I'm driving along, drive, doing the speed limit. If you want to know the truth, I was following a really hot car in front of me, and I wanted to look at the car, so I was following this person. And so I'm doing the speed limit.
Following. I'm sorry to interrupt. Actually, I'm not sorry, but I'm going to interrupt. You. Were you following the person that was hot, or the car was hot?
The car was hot.
Okay, I just wanted
The car
to get
was
it
hot.
straight. Okay. What kind of car was it?
It was a yellow sports car.
You have
thing.
no clue
I'm a girl. No, I don't need to know this.
So you want to talk about you were following some hot yellow car, yet you can't
It
tell
was a
me what it
convertible.
was. Oh, well, okay.
I don't think it was a Corvette, because where I live, we have all.
Lamborghini?
No, I know what a Lamborghini is.
Ferrari?
Sure.
Just hate your guts. Angie, come in. Just let you and I finish this show. You want to?
You really got me going. You got me so I don't know what I'm doing.
And you know the other thing I'm mad about?
What?
I've got this air conditioner cranked down.
Oh, these
like
two studios.
0.
I worked here 2 days ago in here, and it was just miserable.
I'm sweating like a hog. I've got it turned down to like as low as it will go.
Pigs don't sweat, though. That's why they
Okay.
roll around in mud.
Okay, then I need to roll around some mud. So, well, I could just crawl up on this console. And
I know, it's pretty gross. So I'm driving to work, middle lane, 65 miles an hour, right?
Got it. Following a hot car.
Okay. So on the left hand, the fast lane, the passing lane, there's a row of cars. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. I'm okay. I'm in the middle lane. I'm doing the speed limit. All of a sudden, this car comes around from the back of the line, comes and tailgates me. But by then, the front car is even with mine. He runs both of us off the road. Well, I was calm, cool.
The hot car.
No.
Oh, no,
the
the
car
car
that
that
came
cut
up
it.
from
Okay.
behind. And so being calm, cool, and collective, I laid on my horn and gave him a high sign with my middle finger. So he didn't like that. He pulled around in front of the hot car and then got into the right lane and slowed down. I was like, I think this is a little too close to Westminster, right?
Yeah.
So What I did is I pulled in behind him. So as much as he slowed down, I slowed down. I'm like, my life is not worth trying
Right.
to get around this guy.
Exactly.
So as we get to iLift, it goes into 4 lanes,
Yes.
and he gets over in the 4th lane, thinking that I was going to pass him. But I stay far enough behind that he realizes I'm not going to get on iLift. So he gets in front of me, pulls in front of me, gets right past the gore, and I go, boom, off I go onto iLift. That's not the scary part of it. When I got down to the bottom where you turn onto iLift, he was waiting on the viaduct for me.
Oh, no, you're not. Are you serious?
Dead serious. But I had turned, so he had lost me. But he thought I was going to come back and up. Yeah, life is good. People, it's just traffic.
Holy cow.
Yeah, I had 911 ready to go. And like I said in my little rundown, eat a Snickers, people. Settle down. It's just a car.
You know this, so
And he had all this room. And I was doing the speed limit. He was in the
now,
wrong.
we may get phone calls or text messages or emails about this from law enforcement, but I'm going to bitch about something. So let me tell you my road rage story. This is
Okay.
maybe a year ago or so.
And we are tying it into food, people. Eat a Snickers.
Eat a Snickers, that's right. Southbound I-25, somewhere between, say, Alameda and University. And there's
Oh,
been,
okay.
and it's southbound, and there's been a wreck. So there, and Denver PD they don't have the other lane blocked, so people aren't recognizing that they're kind of where the curve is.
Oh, okay.
So they're not recognizing that there's an accident. They know everybody's slowing down, but they assume it's volume. And then you suddenly realize, oh, there's a wreck, and everybody's trying to pull over. So I turn on my signal, and I start to move over, and a guy just lays on his horn. And I'm like, well, I signaled, and I looked.
And aren't you supposed to zipper? Isn't that what it's called? Like you let people merge in. That's part of the traffic
so that's
laws.
That's what we were all doing. So I had my blinker on, and I checked, and I moved over. That guy pulls up around me, takes I don't know whether it was half full or full, but I know there was still water in it, a water bottle, rolls his window down, and throws it. And fortunately, my window's up, because it hit right on the driver's side window.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I had the presence of mind.
What kind of car was it? Mine was a little dark Honda Civic that was doing it to me.
No, this was like just a regular, it was a regular full-size car. But he had to roll down his passenger side window.
And find the bottle.
And reach through and take aim to hit me.
It's not funny, because it's not funny when it's happening to you.
Well, when it happened, my first thought was, this is what, when it says report aggressive drivers, and it says, star CSP.
Right.
So I dialed star CSP because I had his driver's his
license
plate.
Yeah.
So the operator comes on, what's your emergency? And I said, a guy just threw a water bottle at me and almost caused another wreck. Mile marker such and such. I'm in lane. Well, do you want to file a report?
Yes.
Well, I said, well, a report, I thought you dialed star CSP, and I just told you what happened and gave you the license number. I don't want this guy to know me or my address. I want you to do whatever you do. Well, no, sir, for us to do anything, you have to file a report. So you want me to give my name and address so that you can then go track this guy down, and then a police report's filed, so we both know our addresses, and so this guy's willing to throw a water bottle at me, and you want me to give him my address.
And
well,
maybe
sir,
you would send a car.
Well, sir, that's what we do.
Wow, I've heard stories
thank
like
you.
that.
Then you are no help whatsoever.
I've heard stories that people have called to report road rage, be it CSP, be it 911, and nobody ever shows up, and nothing ever happens to the aggressive driver. It looks good on paper, but they're not enforcing it.
Just like they're not enforcing. I did a whole story the other day about where was it, Angie? Idaho or someplace. She doesn't remember. She doesn't listen.
She doesn't listen.
About a state trooper that pulled a person over for driving slow in the left lane.
Okay.
And it made national headlines because it's like, whoa, look, somebody's actually enforcing it.
Right.
In fact, I have a photograph on my phone of a state trooper driving in the left lane for, 4 or 5 miles between Walsenburg and Pueblo.
Okay.
Just scooting along,
10 miles under the speed limit. Nobody wants to pass him.
Well, he probably was driving 70
Okay.
in a 75 zone. So I I was in the right lane, and I followed him just long enough to, I suppose, illegally capture some video.
You had your phone in your hand.
Had my phone in my hand, and then I passed him.
Well, and I realize these people are not miracle workers, but don't post that, because I had a situation like that, the Star CSP. I had a semi tailgating me in a traffic jam, and it was a standstill traffic jam. And what he would do is he would let me get up forward, and then he would hit the gas real hard and go as fast as he can towards the back of my car, and then come within inches of hitting me. And this went on for, and I'm not kidding, for a half hour. Yeah. I'm on the phone hysterical. It's not like I'm moving, and I'm like, you've got to send somebody. This is where I'm at. Well, ma'am, we'll stay with you. We'll see if we can send somebody. I'm like, so when I'm dead, you're going to be. And this went on and on and on for a good half hour, and they never sent anybody.
See, I'm just passive aggressive enough that how fast were
Do
you
you
going?
know who I am?
No. How fast do you think traffic was moving? 20 miles an hour?
Maybe 10?
10?
My hand to God, it was 10 miles an hour.
That's where I would have coasted along without my brake lights on, and then I'd have hit my brakes.
But my car was new.
Well, my car's new, and I'm not going to have it back for at least a month.
Because
that's
of the
how
hail?
bad the damage
was.
was.
Damage, okay.
Yeah.
That's not good.
And speaking, I still can't wait to tell you who it was that.
Oh, okay.
And I actually feel sorry for the kid that was driving, because I know he lost his job because he didn't have his driver's license on him. Was clearly following too close, not changing lanes properly, and in a vehicle that when I know that financially I've gotten everything taken care of, I will tell you on air who it is, because I believe they deserve to be called out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, I had a Cisco truck try to kill me over here off of Denver Tech Boulevard at the Sonic.
Do you ever call the numbers on the back of the trucks? I've done that before.
I did, and they did nothing, but it made me feel better.
Yeah.
So, people, do something. Don't throw water bottles.
Yes.
Come and help us.
And remember, the left lane is for passing. Slower traffic, keep right.
Yes, true.
I'm going to put that on the back of my car.
You're listening to The Michael Brown Show.
My microphone's on. People can hear what you're saying.
Did you notice I didn't use a 4-letter word? I used a 3-letter word.
And what were you going to ask?
How about people who pee in your Cheerios? Like, you have some really good news, and instead of saying, oh, that's great, they go, well,
I've never heard that phrase, pee in your Cheerios?
Pee in your Cheerios. Well, I'm glad I said what I said, because the original shouldn't have been on the air.
Well, I say piss.
Oh, well, I don't, because I'm a lady. Damn it.
But I don't do it in my Cheerios.
Yeah.
Is that
You've
a
never
Southern
heard that?
phrase?
I'm not from the South. I'm from Denver.
Is it an Irish phrase?
I don't think so.
Irish don't
eat Cheerios. We don't eat Cheerios.
Okay, so seriously, while we still have 2 minutes left, how long should you leave food out? What is that story?
It just says how long, because we're going into barbecue season. Well, we're already in barbecue season. So I just thought maybe we could talk about how leave it out when you're having a picnic or a barbecue that we've started this conversation with.
You leave it out just long enough for people to eat, and then you throw it away.
But if you're still having a get together and you're playing lawn darts and Yahtzee dice, or
okay, well, if
lawn
the hot dog,
if the
hot dog is sitting in the sun, I'll go eat that.
It's already cooked, yeah.
It's already cooked. I'll go eat that.
Feed
if
to the
the
dogs.
coleslaw is sitting in the, I don't like to eat coleslaw anyway, but well, some coleslaw is not bad. But if it's sitting in the sun for more than 10 minutes, no, I'm not going to touch it. Or the mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Of course, who puts mayonnaise on don't tell me you put mayonnaise on a hot dog.
My husband does.
We can kill him.
I don't. Art does. Art puts mayonnaise on.
Please tell me you put mustard on your hot dog.
I don't put mustard on.
Do you put ketchup on your hot dogs?
Or sometimes I don't put anything.
I'll make it look like a murder-suicide.
Why is ketchup wrong on a hot dog? Nobody can explain that to me.
Because some things are just known to the universe.
Like the left lane is for passing and no ketchup on hot dogs.
Yes. It's in the statute books. I know
I
it
see.
is.
And why do we only make food for picnics and / barbecues that we've determined? Why do you only make it for
A
that?
barbecue is different from a picnic.
Why? You're still getting people together. You're still eating.
But a barbecue has to have barbecue to be a barbecue.
But when you do hamburgers and hot dogs, are you barbecuing those or are you grilling
You're
them?
grilling those. You're not barbecuing
But
them.
they consider that a barbecue.
God, you're such a pain in the rear.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. What was I saying? I don't remember. Shiny object. Oh, we were
All I know
talking
is
about
I'm leaving
food.
for the undisclosed location, and I won't be back. I won't be back until Thursday morning.
Food
And
that
so
you
are
bring
we-
to family get-togethers that are outside where you eat food. How about that?
Is that the universal signal for eating
Yeah, it
food
is.
for
This
people
is
on
time.
Facebook?
This is time.
Time?
Bring me the check.
Check.
B. Why do people? I hope somebody watched that on Facebook Live.
If it's not, go back and watch it because
You learned all the universal hand signals. People, how about deviled eggs? People only eat deviled eggs at family get-togethers that are outside
or church socials.
or church socials. So you know what I did the other day?
You made deviled eggs.
I made deviled eggs for dinner. I'm a rebel and a rouser.
See, I'm not sure if you'd made deviled eggs
And
for
I
dinner
used
the
my
night
egglets.
before, and then you had brought those to the station the next day.
Mm-hmm.
By the time I got in at 4:00, don't think I would have eaten them.
Well, good thing I didn't bring you any then.
No, but don't you think there's like a shelf life of deviled eggs of
we've
like
talked about this on the air. I
30
don't have
minutes?
leftovers in my house because I give them to the dogs. So the dogs had deviled eggs that night. Not the best decision I've made, but the dogs had deviled eggs.
And on that note, let's please, dear God, sing it, Kate.